and there have been some wave of violence in our society. And as you are aware, there have been some mysterious deaths in our society. So the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Affairs deemed it necessary to speak to the Liberian to close. First and foremost, we want to extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved family. The trending security issues, we thought not to speak. We thought not to go without speaking to it. We are particularly concerned about the full death of public servants from integrated integrity institutions, namely the LRA and the IAA. When the LRA employee issue occurred, our committee, the Defense Security Intelligence Committee, met with the national security actors. There were brief and debrief exchanges between us. We share our opinion of them. 8 days thereafter, we know what happened next. And you all know that unraveling mysteries surrounding death of this nature require well-trained law enforcement institutions and personnel who are equipped and trained. But over the period of time, we have said to you that have we initially done what our colleague in the international partners in the international community were working with us, that is unbuilt, before they let them make a projection. They said at this point in time, we should have had 8,000 plus amount of law enforcement officers, trained, equipped, but as I speak, we are not there yet. So when this kind of issue happens, it creates a challenging moment. The police is challenged. While it's true, we welcome the president's sympathy towards having a foreign partner to help us in the investigation. While we welcome it, the Defense and Security Committee, we also think how we done our homework better would not have been where we are today. So this is why we called you. How we train police officers specialized in crime scene investigation, in post-mortem examination, in pathology examination, in crime laboratory, in IT. Those are specialized areas. If we have been on our games, perhaps some of the mysteries surrounding these kind of circumstances will have been handled. We didn't have to call international partners. We just didn't do our homework well. So we are challenged. We have written this, and what is written, oral testimony cannot vitiate it. So I call you here today because of time factor. I'm going to give you the red out for our position as a committee. And I'm going to show you, as the program has said, why the stew will go on a break today. The leadership will take seats, working along with the leadership and the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence. We'll build ourselves to work with law enforcement institutions to ensure that the mysterious and questionable and unexplained deaths are adequately investigated and the culprits identified. So it is against the background we've called you, and then we are pleased to give you a write-out on our position as it relates to these mysterious deaths within our country in less than a week, back to back, in less than 8 days. Thank you very much, Member of the Press.
So we'll take 3 or 5 questions. So we'll take France FM, I take New Republic. I need to recognize the two first before both from here, because I think the protein need to close this.
Yes, and that copy will be for the protein because I will give you. Yeah, I'm prepared for another question.
So my name is Trokon Repu and I report from Prime FM. Studies have shown that one of the first steps in criminal investigation is perfect management of the crime scene. So Zargo,
get down to the protein. The first one, the one you're left and get the protein. Yes, in the Zargo.
Okay, so I was saying studies have shown that one of the perfect first step in criminal investigation is management of the crime scene. I've spoken with the police RG who admitted that the crime scene was not managed properly. As an expert in security affairs, can you guarantee us of a perfect investigation since the crime scene was not managed properly?
Again, I empathize with the condition we find ourselves in. We sympathize with family. There are some circumstances beyond our control. The crime scene was not managed. Thank God the Inspector General of Police came to you. In a confirmed area, you can manage your crime scene because there are means and bounds. There were no means and bounds. Wild crime scene. It was a wild ghost chase. And then one of the deceased spouse, noticing the vehicle, chose to, natural incident, to go see what's happening. After not seeing their deceased or their semblance for about 48 hours, that was obvious. If we had put into place those mechanisms that we have assured our people who had that crime scene sealed, tips placed around, and then a crime scene van coming with a crime scene team, and considering the fact that it was so volatile, it didn't have means and bounds, you could easily have enough crime scene investigator and crime scene investigator. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So there was intrusion, and those intrusion may have altered some of those things that will help in the investigation. There might have been foreign objects, there might have been other obstacles, there might have been hazardous. How do you determine that? If we had the instrumentality, we had the training, we were nipping from the onset, it will enhance the investigation. Because what happens, what a post-mortem does, or what a forensic scientist does, is they conduct and be able to tell you the cause of death. Why it doesn't tell you who did it, why it happened, how it happened, but the cause of death. So if we have put our acts together, if we have met the benchmark as alluded to by our coalition international and community, when we're trying to restructure the Liberian security architecture, then we have had 8,000 men and women to you have political patrolling, foot patrol, you have had vehicular patrol, they will serve as a deterrent, they will play a considerable role, they were detected, they were being forewarned and forearmed and be able to pull up to where we are. But unfortunately, here we are today. Are we in what we consider to be 8,000? No. So those are some of the challenges. However, there are attempts, we are being informed by our community that there will be a post-mortem. The family will be involved. The police will conduct it. And you are aware that the government has called our international partners to step in to assist with the investigation. Let's hope we do that. But in my mind, I think that is an immediate solution. We need a medium-term and a long-term solution.
So the last person.
Okay, my name is Ruben Sewela from New Republic newspaper. As a security expert and looking at the vulnerability of our security sector. And you just stated the weaknesses as well. What do you foresee in the next 3 years is nothing is done, especially in the background where the citizen perhaps they have lost trust in the security sector. Since
there is a social contract between law enforcement institution and the ordinary population. And that social contract hinges on confidence, trust, and reliability. In my mind, you agree with me that seems to be lacking. That seems to be lacking. And the effort, genuine effort will be done to build the confidence, the reliability, so that the ordinary people can help to complement national security effort. That is lacking. Police cannot be omnipresent. That means police cannot be everywhere all of the time. They lack the numbers. To enhance that number, you need all of us to complement it. How do we complement it when we don't trust them? That is our challenge. That is our responsibility. And then if it is happening now, if efforts are not made to address the manpower shortages, to address the equipment shortages, to address the instrumentality shortages, I'm afraid we'll be faced with a huge challenge that we all now prepare for. Because by now we shall have 8,000 law enforcement officers. You don't have 8,000 law enforcement officers. You got attrition rate, you got natural occurrences, illness, retirement, severance. We will never have training. The gap is getting wider. We need to have training, so we replace and have our 8,000 plus men and women with the instrumentality and the equipment and the training. We will be making progress. If that doesn't happen, we have a challenge.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.